Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to a sniffly, stuffed up, plugged up, What's Up Wednesday, 3/2019 edition. Welcome back. Whoa! Better turn that off, fella. Clicking the wrong buttons here. Anyhow, how is everybody out in the World Wide Web, all over the USA and outlying countries of the world? Making sure we're going to come through loud and clear. I think I've done everything on my end. The compressor is off. I've got coffee in the official SMA mug, sponsor of the show. And phones are undone. Doors are locked. The internet's on. Make sure everybody's up in here. We can hear everything. Oh, we got a blue wrench. Kuba's in here. Watch out. She's one of the blue wrench ninjas. So it looks like everything's going good. No drug test today, Tabasco. We already passed that. Flying colors. I might fail it, though. I don't know if a 3 or 4 day binge of Sudafed will fail you on a drug test or not. If it does, I'm going to fail it. So just to forewarn you, my thinking cap is a little whacked out, fighting this stupid sinus ordeal that's happening. We'll call it an ordeal. And usually, if this happens, I'll feel it, get a little sinus headache. Boom, take some Sudafed, get the schnoz draining, and then everything's good. So I did that on day 1, which was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 days. I lost track of time. Could have been 2 weeks ago. I did that, had some good runny nose action, good relieving of the sinuses, and then all of a sudden the beavers built the dam, and that was it, and nothing touches it. So finally I broke down today, called my doctor, and got some antibiotics. So I'll get them after work, and then we'll be good, hopefully, as long as whatever I have, amoxicillin can cure or curb. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I've been working through that and making videos. Even the last video we made on whatever the last one was, the Malibu, I guess I was feeling pretty crappy in that video too. You know, the one where I didn't wear a hat and got about 500 comments on why I didn't have a hat on. But then I thought, I've got over 700 and some videos, and I had a hat on in every single one of them. So that's it. That's where I'm at. It'll be a 3rd or 4th sinus infection I had. I don't know what causes them. High speed and overload, I suppose. And today we've got some pretzel crisps that we'll be eating. I got them to eat. Oh, and then my buddy that works at the Dodge dealer. You know how you always got to have the buddy at the dealer so you can get your, well, never mind. His mom made me some cookies, which I've ate basically most of them today. She's a really good baker. And I was talking to him on the phone. I was like, talked to him today. I was like, hey, I haven't seen your mom in a while. She hasn't made me any cookies. Boom, 2 hours later. She shows up with the goodness. Still warm right out of the oven. Love that lady. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. And they are peanut butter cookies. They were great. She dropped them off, I don't know, about 3 or 4 o'clock. They were still warm. I don't feel I should eat in front of you because I can't breathe through my nose. So I eat like a slob. I'll try to be proper. Anyways, 900, almost 1,000 folks up in here. What I'll do, I did put out a little deal there before we get into this week's mail call. I thought we could look into some What's Up Wednesday emails. Let me see if I can do this without crashing the whole spiel. Let me just open this up, give it a little, I'll read through it so we don't get ourselves in trouble. This one, I don't see anything bad in it. Anyhow, this comes from Jeff. This is in our What's Up Wednesday mailbox. And he writes, you often refer to and show known good, he has them in quotes, data that you have to find on the internet or from friends. Is there a subscription service of some kind for this? Seems like something like that would be handy to have available through your scanner. Or is this something that is proprietary through the dealerships? Love always, Jeff. Well, Jeff, I think what Jeff is referring to, let me delete that one so I don't reread it. What he's referring to is when we're using a scope, and I say that we need to have a known good waveform. Let's say we're looking at cam crank correlation or whatever. You're looking at cam data lines. You don't know what they're supposed to look like. You want to see what a known good is. So to answer your question, the short answer is yes. It's available. You can go to IATN. Let me see here. I don't remember if it's .net or .com. Yeah, IATN.net. Perhaps one of the blue wrenchers out there can throw up a link for us. You can belong to them. Quite inexpensive. I believe it's $20 for basic membership. You can go on there, and it's a huge automotive professional industry forum, I guess, in a nutshell. And then you can go to diag.net. And that is also, that's a fairly new platform, similar in nature. Professionals leaving, writing case studies. There's a ton of valuable information, way too much to even talk about. But maybe, oh, hey, Helga, maybe Kuba, if you could put up a link to IATN.net and diag.net, those are going to be like two pay services. And I believe I subscribe to both of them. Good place, guys, share, you contribute known good waveforms, stuff like that. Gosh, my brain is completely out of it today. Case studies, like some really good, case studies, or even like that Malibu we did, I can, choose to write that up with, these are the waveforms I collected. This is what we saw, the tangible evidence when we pull the timing cover, see what's wrong with it and post pictures. That way, if a guy has a similar car, it's, boom, you can help each other out. So you contribute to it and you can benefit from it. So hopefully that answers your questions. And you can also belong to several groups on Facebook. There's tons of them. I belong to one called the Waveform Exchange. I don't even know the names of them. I'm on so many different groups on there. Lots of good guys out there. Oh, thanks, Helga. It looks like Helga got it and Kuba got it. Perfect. So yeah, check those out. Scott Brown, he's the owner of diag.net. Fantastic fella. Very accommodating. If you get on there and you have questions, you can't find something, he'll help you out. And he's on Facebook also. So check that out. I think that's where you get most of your stuff. IATN, diag.net, and Facebook groups. Just find a group of like-minded peers who are in the industry and they're willing to share. And also, if you own a Pico, Pico has their own library, which I don't find a lot of contributors on because it's a pain in the hoo-ha to save your stuff on there. You got to log in. It's not as easy to just click and save and share. It is, but you got to log in. I don't know. It sounds easy, but it's often skipped because it's an extra step. Yeah, the weather is pretty nice today. RP3. It wasn't too bad out. I don't know. Spent most day in the shop. It was a very, very hectic day. I did get a video for you guys today. I got a Nissan video coming up. I had a Nissan Frontier with misfire and a blower motor that wasn't working. And it wasn't just your basic, spark plug or something like that. Well, it was pretty basic, but it wasn't just spark plugs and wires. So we got that video coming up. The Malibu still sits over there. I've got all the parts here for that. What did I record today? Oh, we had a newer Ford Focus AC bearings. I think I only had like 28,000 miles on it. AC compressor smoked. So put new bearings in that. Got a video on that. What else was there? Had an F-150 in today. 2015 F-150. 60,000 miles. Time and chain is spanked. And the passenger side turbo is seized right up tight. Awesome. Can't wait to start seeing these freaking EcoBoosts coming in. They're not going to survive in New York State. I'll tell you that. This thing's 60,000 miles and a $4,000 bill. It's just disgusting, However, I was half of what Ford wrote him a quote for $8,000 to fix this. And could you imagine 4-year-old truck, New York State, $40,000 truck. This is, 4-wheel drive, 4-door, all the gizmos, XLT and all that stuff, 40 some grand. And the thing is a piece of garbage at 60,000 miles. It's disgusting. The crap they put on our roads. It's like unbelievable. Anyhow, let me get back to my mail. Let's see what do we have here? Hopefully they're not too complicated. So Jim here writes, Andy writes, got a 14 Fusion with an automatic gearbox. Trouble, he said Ford replaced the clutches 3 times. Any recommendations? I don't know, Jim. I can't answer that question. I can't give you any recommendations on that. Quit hot dogging it. I don't know. Let's see here. This one comes from James, and he writes, he's got a 2006 Toyota Scion TPMS. That's his subject line. Dear Eric, I think I'm getting ripped off. Ooh, I replaced all my sensors with exact replacements from Napa, not a sponsor. Tire shop could not reset with their scanner. They told me to take it to Toyota. Toyota says you must replace them with their sensors. Spelt there wrong. It's Their. I smell a rat. I replaced the receiver. Does it use reference voltage? You're the man. Love always. James. Well, James, what I would do is if you had, well, I don't want to say if you had the part number because I don't feel like looking it up right now. Napa sells a ton of different TPMS sensors. There are some, like the Ready sensor, I think that are, there's several of them that need to be programmed, like software written on them prior to being installed in the car. And that's what you would want to know, because Napa sells Dorman ones, they sell Ready sensors, they sell, I think they have Schrader, and they're going to be listed as, OEM replacements. Some of them do not have software written on them. So that's what you would need to know. Now, don't fret because it's installed in the car. That can still be done, but typically it's going to require an aftermarket tool like Bartec. The Bartec I have will write almost every aftermarket sensor, will write data to it. So that's what you would need to know. And perhaps Napa could tell you if you call them and like, hey, I bought these. Do these need to be programmed in and of themselves, or do they already have software and they just need to be, written to my car? And then I would just verify, 100% that they are the correct ones. Aftermarket TPMSs can get kind of tricky. I, as a general rule, will not buy ones aftermarket that have software on them. I like to buy blank ones. I flash them with either I use my Altel tool for Altel sensors, or I use my Bartec for pretty much everything else. The only ones that I've ever had issues with in my little part of the world is Chrysler's. Chrysler's, I typically will buy OEM because if it has position-specific wheel monitoring system on it, I have not had good luck with aftermarket. Always have issues. So that's my thoughts on that. Don't drink brake clean. That's all I can tell you. Yep. So anyhow, I'm super mixed up in my mind. Any update on the Kia? No update on the Kia, but you just reminded me I do have the lady's phone number here. So I called their customer, whatever you call it. I told you guys about that last week. And she finally called me back yesterday. So it took about 5 days to call back. Of course, I've got this all logged, call history and stuff. So when I make the nice little video for them and their sales plummet, at least we have something to back it up with. It seems like at this point they would just say, yeah, let's fix it. But I'm pretty sure we're just going to have to take it to the stupid point, which I have no problem doing. Let's grab another mail here. I'm almost done with my cookie. Let's see. We're skimming down through here. Oh, this is a local. Let's see. This is from a fellow named Ryan, and he writes, Dear Eric, on long trips, my 2018 Ford Fusion Hybrid SE, when listening to my stereo, it becomes unresponsive after a while. No buttons work except for power. When you turn it off, the only way to get anything from it is to eject the CD and then reinsert it, and then play the CD, but nothing else. After letting car sit for a couple hours, all is well again. Could the heat ducts be overheating the unit? Love always, Ryan. I have no idea. I'm not even going to BS you. I have no idea. I'm sure it's on the data bus. So first thing I would probably do is see if it's generating any codes when it shuts down and take it from there. It's 2018. It's going to be a few years before I start seeing them filter through the shop. I could sit here and give you the Scotty Kilmer answer, but I won't. I'll just tell you, I don't know. That's one of those things we'd have to see it in its unresponsive state and then see why it doesn't work. What's it take to make it work, but being 2018, it's you're still well within your warranty period. So I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but I don't know. Anything I tell you is a big fat guess. Hopefully people aren't blasting me in the comments too much. Yeah, I mean, I would be, if that came in here, as I say, was out of warranty, first thing I'd check, see if there's any service bulletins or programming updates for that problem, especially if it's time-based problem that you're having, after extended drive. Perhaps they have software update for it. It could be as simple as that. It's difficult to say. Let's see. This one comes from James, and he writes, Dear Eric, much love from me and the wife in the great north of Montana. Well, that's nice. We love you too. Love the vids, and I just like to say, keep up the awesome work. I've learned more than I ever thought I could from watching you. I think you're way too modest when comparing yourself to the other YouTubers. That said, I was just wondering if you are aware of a good entry-level scope that can be purchased on a budget. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Love always, James and Sherry. A good entry-level scope. If you don't need like full automotive dedicated scope, there's usually a lot of used Picos, like used 2-channel Picos, which will work just fine on cars. And even if they have like a 80 volt or 100 volt maximum input, you can buy attenuators, 10-to-1, 20-to-1 attenuators, and up your game. So I would say that I would look into used Pico on eBay. Keep your eyes open long enough. I mean, you might even find a 4425 coming across there. Unfortunately, I think shops will buy lab scopes and then never use them. And, you could buy a good low mileage scope. You can even buy a good, like used, not a Modus, but like a Vera scan tool, relatively cheap. And 9 out of 10 times, the scope leads are never touched. They're still brand new in the bag. And it's kind of sad, to see a lot of shops that'll spend the big money. Snap-on goes around pushing like, oh, you got to have the Zeus or whatever it is. $13,000. It has a scope, it has this, it has that, and all they're doing is reading codes with it. It's very disappointing. And even my Snap-on man, Neil, he says the majority of them, like all of them, he gets back in on trade-in. The scope leads are still in the bag that he dropped the tool off, years ago. And it's sad, it's just too bad that they spent all that money on a tool and they only use, 2% of it. They use it to pull codes and, slam parts on it and, ship the car to the next shop. So at that point, you might better just have a code reader. So that's my thoughts on that. Phil says there's a Pico 2204 on Amazon. Hey, Keith, I see you're over here trolling the comments, probably working on a car. What do you say for an entry-level scope? I mean, would you look into a used Pico also, or something like that? I'm not real sure. Yeah, I got your email, TDM 4x4 over there in the comments. Sent me an email, said Jeep suck. That was his email, but he's a Rover guy. The U-scope is nice, Nick, but it's small. It's a little, it's good for what it is. I think it's a good to subsidize a regular scope with, or if you want to just do a really quick test, it is pretty nice to have at least 2 channels. So I would say that. Keith says most of the used ones are broken. Oh, well, yeah, you wouldn't want to get a broken one. That would suck. Yeah, like I say, use Veris Pro. You're getting them things pretty dang cheap now. And even if you're not utilizing the scan tool portion of it, because Snap-on quit updating them, of course, you could utilize the scope function of it. It's still a decent scope. It worked completely backwards and the opposite of any other scope in the entire world, but it's still usable. Yeah, I did send my Harbor Freight Impact over to AVE for dissection. So I haven't heard back from him yet. I don't know if it made it. Oh, Keith says he's a fan of a scope that he will show within the month. Oh, I know which one he's talking about. I don't know how much it costs, so. And Sam over at Tool Hut, he says the Handtech 1008C, which I'm not familiar with. So we'll take his word on it. So it gives you something to think about, something to check out. Last swig of coffee. Putting it down. Now I got to go from coffee to the healthy crap, aka water. Do I ever work on OBD1 cars? Yeah, about 15, 20 years ago I did. They're all in the crusher now, pal. There's none of them around here. Once in a blue moon, you might see some 95 sneak in, but they're usually a real toilet. Let's see here. Let me snag one more out of here, and then we'll do something serious. Let's see. This comes from Nathan Fawcett. Is that what it says? I don't know. On a 2012 Chevrolet Suburban, is there actually a sensor to determine alcohol content? I've had someone test my Suburban 2 times now. And a year later, the computer thinks that 65, 70% alcohol again. I'm pretty sure that's what's causing my rich condition. Love always, Nathan. I would say yes, that is what's causing your rich condition. If it thinks it has 65 to 70% of alcohol on the 2012, I don't know if they have an alcohol content sensor or not. Keith can probably answer that faster than I can. I believe that one still runs off the O2 sensors after refueling events. Maybe somebody can fill that in. Keith, fill that in for me. 2012 Chevrolet, alcohol sensors, or are they still working off refueling events? Most of this stuff I don't memorize because I never memorize anything I can look up. I try not to, otherwise your brain gets full. He's not listening now. Oh, Sam says I'm correct. It works off the O2 sensors. So there you go. Yours still works off O2 sensors. I double check, make sure there's not a programming update for it, because most GMs have updates for their alcohol problem. And also make sure you're refueling. Because usually people get them screwed up because they like to short fuel their tank. They don't go from empty to full. They only have, like, let's say 8 to 12 gallon refueling events. And it doesn't take it long for it to get screwed up. GM has whole bulletins on these things. Excuse me. Oh, Sam says there is an update for it, which I wouldn't doubt. GM has bulletins that explain to people how to fill up their gas tank, and because they got the system so screwed up, they can just write a bulletin and try to correct it with software all the time. But yeah, just make sure you're filling it up all the way, empty to full, or it's a minimum number of gallons they want you to put in it, because otherwise they get all wonky. So let's see. So that's that. Let's keep on. One thing I've got to get to, this fella. Let's see where. I think I'm going on week number 3. I've neglected to do this. I bring him out every week. This guy has sent stuff in the mail. I think 3 What's Up Wednesdays ago. I've yet to give them proper thanks or display them. They keep sitting in my office. I always feel like a ding dong right after What's Up Wednesday's gone. Here's a bottle of cutting board oil. So you probably know what's coming out of the big box here. Whoa! Or wood. It's a build your own cutting board set. Not really. He's made this fantastic cutting board here. It says property of Mrs. O on it. It's very nice. They're quite heavy. I'm want to set this somewhere where I don't get it all covered with grease. Here's a letter. Ah, it smells so good. Well, the only thing I can smell. Let's see. And he writes, Dear Eric, I've enjoyed your educational instructions since finding your channel last year. Your Subaru head gasket video was exactly what I needed to fix my son's car. What a good dad. I hope New Year has been good to you and the family. I've enclosed some cutting boards. I made some for all the crooks. Oh, for all the cooks in my family this past Christmas. My wife saw the video you did when you gave the car to the woman in need. She started squalling like a mashed cat. She told me to make some cutting boards for your wife. Do it. I had no problem with that, but I wasn't sure exactly who was the cook in the house until I saw the video when Mrs. O asked you how you'd like your eggs. Hence the reason they're engraved with her name. These are made of good old American oak, America. I hope they serve you and the family for many years. Your videos are the best on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Love always, Jerry. Oklahoma. Do not, capital letters, allow the board to soak in water. The whole thing's capital, so I felt the need to shout it. Wash with mild soap and warm water and rinse off. Immediately towel dry the board. Allow board to air dry in the dish drying rack before putting in storage. Re-oil the board as recommended with a supplied cutting board oil. I forgot to add, these boards are already pre-oiled, and ready to use. Love always, Jerry Bear. Well, thank you for these, Jerry. It is a fantastic gift that I know Mrs. O will love because, yes, she is the cook. I am not. I am the eater. I'll cook if I have to, but it usually involves leaving a tip. Let's set this here. I'll show you what else the old Jerry Bear made. So you saw that cutting board. Then he made the freaking mammoth one over here. I don't know what kind of tree he had to cut down for that. Well, it was an oak tree, but it was a big tree, I'll tell you that much. Make sure I'm not missing anything. The packaging, fantastic. Look at that sucker, complete with a blood trough. So when you're cutting your meat, you get a little blood moat around it. These are great, and you did a fantastic job on them here. I was checking them out. I'm assuming, I don't see any dowel through them. I don't know if he put biscuits in them, a little cut them and biscuited them, or I made my mom a cutting board when I was in school. We used maple and black walnut, so it was alternating stripes, light and dark. And I remember in school we had to, drill them and then dowel them and then, glue them and squeeze them together and let them sit and then run them through the planer. And my mom still has a cutting board I made her. And we made checkerboards too, using a similar fashion, but then we cut them and then, you alternate them, redowel them, and away you go. These are very well made, and I appreciate that. And I know Mrs. O will too, so thank you. And I'm sorry that I haven't showed in the weeks. I didn't want you to think like I was being a jerk. I'm gonna stick these in the office. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Finally got that off my chest. Been forgetting SMA sponsor the show. There. Whew. You got a biscuit joiner? I remember I took building trades in school. Remember we had biscuit joiner, and that's pretty much all I remember. The biscuit joiner, just because it was kind of funny. Putting in your biscuit. No, don't misbehave there, Harry McDowell. Where else are we here? Let's see. One of these has, oh, this was super funny. I almost saw this coming. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. It says, "Here you go, little fella. Love always, Scott." So this is going to bounce back to last week's What's Up Wednesday. You got me a new blankie, yellow one with silky along the edges. This brings comfort, helps children self-soothe. It's handcrafted using silky soft, long-lasting premium fabrics. But you know what, kids? Your parents will steal these from you and hide them and destroy your childhood. Possibly. Thanks, Scott. Brought back a lot of memories looking at this little guy. And my blankie was slightly larger, and I don't remember it being as vibrant. I'm going to smash a little bit of gum into it, let it harden up, run it through the dryer a few times. And perhaps when nobody's looking, relive my childhood. How did I know a yellow blankie was coming in the mail? No, it is not weighted, Cuba. It's one of the lightweight ones, you know. The old blankie, we had to bring that up. And after last week, What's Up Wednesday, I started reliving some other blankie memories of fort building and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I saw Diagnosed Dan's video. That was pretty funny, huh, Brian? Where he was pretending to be SMA. Oh, I'm so sick. What am I doing here? Let's see. Bunch of Amazon slips in this one. Oops. Whoa. Wow. Here we go. That one's got the love note on it. That one says, where are we? No. 2 of 3. 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. I'm missing 1 of 3. Not on that one, not on that one. Uh-oh. We're going to have to fill in the blank for the first part. How's that sound? Oh, here we go. Maybe it's in here. The fella here did email me and says, 1 of 3. It's in the other package. There's that one. There's that one. They send a must be when you type a long letter, they start splitting them up. You think that impersonation was spot on, Cuba? It was close. I don't think I'm as raspy as he made me. I'm going to do a video on Dan. Okay, there we go. I think I've got it all now. For whatever reason, I guess Amazon split up all his packages, and he sent me an email saying that they were going to do so. We'll get this situated here. I should have done this prior, but is there a link to the Diagnosed Dan doing the SMA thing? You can, Cuba will hopefully put up a link here, or any of the blue wrenches that are still with us. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see. I haven't read these yet, so hopefully he doesn't call me something naughty. Dear Eric, and he writes, "Hello, Eric. I recently found your channel on the YouTube and loving it so far. I plan on doing my own brakes soon, and we'll be following your advice and procedure to make sure I do it right. I noticed you do brake jobs without any protection. Ain't nobody gonna get pregnant, man. And I know that there's some nasty stuff that comes off brake pads. Please take care of your health for the sake of your family and for us viewers that look forward to your videos every week. Please see attached masks. I included some 10mm sockets because you can never have enough 10mm sockets. Keep up the excellent and honest work. Love always, Sam from Canada." And Sam, he must know that most mechanics will always lose this socket. The 10mm, it's always gone every single time. I now have 4 extras from Gray Pneumatic, which make great sockets. I'm gonna open one up. I can't. Too friggin' weak today. I'm gonna tear into it like a caveman. So now I've got a few extra 10mm shorts, which I'll gladly lose. Not intentionally, but I'm going to stick them right in this drawer so I don't lose them, you know, today. I don't know what it is with the 10 mil, Sam, but if you work on cars long enough, you'll never find it. However, I have found the trick to always finding your sockets. If you drop one, when you're working on a car, regardless of what you're working on, always have a pail of antifreeze. Place your bucket of antifreeze underneath the vehicle, somewheres, anywheres really, because it doesn't matter where you put it, just put it under the car. The next time you drop something, bolt, screw, socket, don't look for it. Just reach down there, pull that pail of antifreeze out, feel in the bottom, there it is. Because whatever you drop will always fall in the bucket, every time. Not every time, but most every time, trust me. Oh, and then he also sent some 3M Cool Flow respirators. Breathe 30% easier, relief from non-harmful sanding, used for relief from non-harmful sanding, grinding, sawing, and insulating particles. So it sounds to me like it lets, you know, at least 70% of the bad junk in. Maybe not. Maybe it just lets the non-harmful stuff in. I don't know. We'll might give it a try. I do wear these when I do something really dusty. I have some over on top there, which I'll put these with it because these look way nicer than the crappy ones I bought. I'll tell you that. So thanks for the 10 mils. Thanks for thinking of my health, watching the Bajayos, and sending some respirators so I can breathe. Right now, I can't. 10 millimeter 6-point. We don't use a lot of 12-point stuff in our part of the world. Oh, you want to get the odds up making a bucket of used oil. It doesn't matter. Whatever kind of liquid that you put underneath the car, that is where your bolt will fall every single time. Let's see. Then we've got one box here from Toolheads. Cheap box, better stuff. Great. It's great. We're going to open this little guy up. There's a letter in here from Toolheads. Oh, man. My train of thought is gone. And they write, Dear Badass Toolheads customer, we here at Toolheads Crate want to personally thank you. Thank you for your BA decision and giving out Humble Crate service a shot. When two dudes had a dream child together of a crate service that would be for mechanics, DIYers, and weekend warriors alike, you jumped in with blind faith like a I don't know if I can read all the rest of this. We're supposed to, we'll just read it. Hopefully it's not too salty. Jumped in with blind faith like a virgin on prom night that was ready. We're going to skip that part. Let's see. Here we go. We do hope that this first crate makes your dirty handed, greasy, loving heart happy. While we think it's pretty spectacular for our first launch, we are also open to feedback. Unless you're going to be a hoo-ha, then save it for your anyhow. Let's see, we'll skip down here. There's a few more. We try to keep it rated G up in this joint best we can. And we turn off the video when we want to talk like sailors, typically. Whether the family of Toolhead Crate wear your original gangsta t-shirt with pride and flaunt your smart choice to join the family on social media channels. Don't forget to tag us, #Toolhead Crates. Who knows, you might just end up on our website in the next few weeks. As we continue to grow, the better deals and bigger items we are able to secure for you all, we aim to please, and this is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more killer crates to come your way. Love always, Toolheads Crates Gang. Got their website and whatnot. Put this up here for you folks. You can see. You can check them out. And then we will open up our box from toolheadscrate.com. We got the OG shirt. Oh, some other stuff in here. That is the front. OG Toolhead. This is the back. Cheaper box, better stuff. Crate. I believe this is kind of something that's quite trendy right now, right? what the heck do they call? I've seen like some videos like this going on YouTube where you can order these random boxes full of various items. Let's see, there is a few zip ties in here of various kinds. I don't know if they give an explanation as to what everything is in here. Yes, I think so. Yeah, so they give, so if you want to try out just like a little bit of a product, so this is some info on the zip ties. So I don't know if they get supplied from, these places like Tifco. We have Tifco around here. They sell a lot of chemicals and stuff. So there's some zip ties. There is a Automate Top Dong OBD2 interface for your, Bluetooth. So you can plug this in, boom, get some codes, download the app on your Apple or your Android device. A little sales flyer, tool head sticker, stylus. In case you want to be stylus. Ooh, stylus pen. A tool heads one. Oh, don't really keeping that. And a rag. I've seen stuff like this, and I'm not up on the trends, so I don't know what's technical. It might have a technical name. It might not have a technical name. I might be dreaming. Anyhow, if you guys are interested more into it, usually I believe they have different size random boxes. I think you sign up like on a mailing list, if I remember correctly. So there's that. Be sure to check that out. If it's something that you're interested in, leave it up there for a second. One Mississippi. There you go. You can always pause it there. I don't have to hold it all day. So that's pretty cool. Uh-oh, lost sound. Can anybody hear me? Shimmy over there. If you want to know more information on this, Rust Belt Mechanic, I believe it is him and one of his compadres. I'm going to get you a link to his channel here that head up this operation. I'm going to pop this up here for you. Go there, find out more. Patronize his channel also. Good dude. Give that to you again in case you missed it. There, boom, I got it. Well, thanks for sending that, Kyle. Wish I could read your whole letter, but I will get a chuckle out of it. But like I said, we try to keep it somewhat clean. Start talking about virgins on prom night. We'd rather talk about toilets and poop. That's more our speed on this channel. Got another letter here. This comes from old Brewster in whatever state starts with NE. Is that Nevada, Nebraska, New England? I don't know. We'll find out. See what he says. And he writes, Mr. and Mrs. O, tonight on What's Up Wednesday, Eric mentioned that the hashtag Pay It Forward car was going to need 2 tires this spring. If that ever comes, saying sarcastic voice, if that ever comes, I think it's coming tomorrow, actually. I think it's the first day, isn't it? Omaha weather has sucked for months. Exclamation point. With SMA donating the mounting, I would like to buy the 2 tires for the young lady. Well, I'm not rich. I am at a point in my life where I can try and pay it forward on a regular basis. I love the videos and the What's Up Wednesday, even when it happens on Thursday. Please contact me at 555-5785, and I can pay for the tires in advance. Love always, Brucey. Well, that is very generous of you, Bruce, to be willing and able to do that. I will likely take you up on your offer. I'd be more than happy to mount the tires or go halvesies with you or whatever we can do. I do appreciate that letter, Bruce, and your generosity and willingness to do so. That's fantastic. And I know Amber will appreciate it also. So I will stick that where I don't lose it. I don't know about that 555 number. Yeah, Bruce is the man. That's a pretty noble thing to do, help lady out. He's never going to see her. She doesn't know him. He doesn't know her. Need to pitch in for a new compressor. Yeah, pitch in, Shane. Buy me one of them scroll compressors and one they're like whisper quiet. I see they have upright, like 80 gallon. Who makes it? There's a blue one. 80 gallon upright scroll compressors, like whisper quiet, I guess. And they're only about $1,000 more than like what compressor that I run now. So maybe when this one ever pukes, we'll do that. We'll look into something like that. But then, I don't know. People are like, fix the air leaks in your shop. Make it so your compressor doesn't run. I'm like, go watch another channel. I don't know. It's air compressor. That's what shops sound like. They're noisy. They're loud. They stink. I mean, I don't think they stink like bad stink. They smell fantastic to me. I love it. Like if I'm gone for, I don't know, a day and I come back in the shop, I'm like back when I could breathe. I just take a deep breath. Like I love the smell of a shop. You know what I love more than the smell of a shop? The smell of a body shop. Oh, I go in there. It's like heaven. Maybe what heaven smells like. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. If I get there when I die, I'll come back and let you guys know if heaven smells like acetone and body filler. That's a great smell. This is a 2-pager. Look at this, handwritten. What is this guy from the Stone Age? Big box. I've been wanting to get in this box because I see a tool in there that I've been looking for my entire life. Just like the caliper files. You guys remember a few days back when we got the caliper files, a few days / couple weeks. What did I do with them? Right here. I've been using these bad mothers, as you can tell. Made in Germany. Mueller. Mueller. Coops. Kueps. Made in Germany. These things are awesome. If you don't have a sandblaster and you need a caliper file, these are the bee's knees. It's like swipe, boom, bare metal. Awesome. They got some rust in them. They're so freaking sharp and they work so great, and it just chunks off those huge flakes of rust. Why? I don't know where they've been my whole life. I'm not savage. I've got a file card. Oh, yeah, letter. Yeah, at least he didn't send it on a stone tablet, right? And he writes, Dear Eric and family, thanks for all the videos. And suck. And such looks just like a K. I thought it says you suck, but it says thanks for all the videos and such. You take all the time to put out. Whew! Glad we got that cleared up. Hey, thanks for the videos. By the way, you suck. I think it helps lots of people see that there are honest and good mechanics out in the field still. I've been at it longer than you have, but I still love it all the same. I was introduced to you through a Wells video back when Mark was still there. If I remember, it was about Jeep coils. Wow, that's a long time ago. You've been a long time subscriber. But I did that way back when Mark was there. I remember that video. I saw some of your videos and saw some top tools and asked Denny about it. And I said it said you were friends and have watched ever since. I don't believe Denny sells Top Tool anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that he does. I love the humor put in. Besides, they're well done. Don't know if anybody ever said it. I'm sorry, it's not your penmanship, it's my eyeballs. But they replay American. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Don't know if anybody's ever said it, but they replay American Top 40 on XM Radio 70 channel Sunday mornings. And if I'm working, I still listen to Casey. Oh, good old Casey Kasem. Who doesn't love Casey Kasem? And I am aware that they still do the top 40. Well, there's a whole top 40 radio station on the YouTube where you can go back and listen to Casey Kasem, whatever genre you want to pick, 70s, 80s, 90s, until the point he died, obviously. Let's see. Sunday mornings are friends and family freebies. So it's fun to hear Casey. Wow. Maybe I'll start bringing some stuff down to you. We can be friends. You can fix my stuff. P.S. He was the voice of Shaggy for years. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Shaggy and, wasn't he Robin on Batman and Robin and Friends? He was also Robin. Robin and Shaggy. So you see, I'm guilty of being a tool freak, same as you have stated. Besides the must-have tools, I buy stuff to make life easier. I hear that. And clothes for kids. Do I smell popcorn? I think popcorn was invented to carry salt and butter and some Thin Mints. The nieces are Girl Scouts. Oh, okay. So you got some popcorn in here, Ultimate Theater style, and some Thin Mints, Girl Scout cookies, made from real Girl Scouts. Some EP grease for puller pusher threads to help with the force and life of the threads. EP grease, extreme pressure, synthetic. Use it on your threads of everything that's extreme, which a lot of stuff around here is, it gets extreme. Some copper anti-seize, as it seems less messy than the silver aluminum stuff. And when he says some copper anti-seize, he means like the jumbo bucket of this stuff. I don't even dare open it. Less messy. Maybe it just blends in better. Look at that, man. That's a tub and a half. Oh, there it is. I'm going to slowly put it back in. This will go to good use. Care how close you look. You're going to get it on you. Is this some on my face? It's going to be. Let's keep reading. Let's see. A ACI window wedge. I just like them better than the cups, and sometimes fall off at bad times. Yeah, like every time is a bad time. Like you're in there doing a regulator, next thing you know, the window's crashing on you because the stupid suction cup let go. Actually, Jim, what I've done with my suction cups anymore is I use them like a wedge. I get them way down at the bottom of the window, stick it on there, and just kind of let a wedge in there. So this is what he's talking about, this ACI window wedge. So when you're doing window regulators, I actually have one of these now too, besides this one, but I will definitely put it to good use because I only have one. You take and wedge that between, the door and the window glass, and it keeps the window up while you're changing out regulators or, doing what you need to do. Let's see, a new SK ratchet. Can't have too many over. Can't have too many ever. And plastic trim pin remover tool set I really like and use a lot. And that's what I've been eyeing up in there. And this is the SK ratchet back in here. Now, my brother has a lot of SK tools. My brother Scott. There used to be a distributor in our area, and SK tools are fantastic. And I that's rip it open. How about you just take it out of the open and you ding dong? SK tools. Hopefully you guys are familiar with them. To that, America, USA. And unlike a snap-on ratchet where you have to turn it off before you put it away, I don't know if you guys know that or not. Let me show you. Holy crap, this guy almost went over backwards. See, I left that one turned on in the toolbox. So snap-on ratchets, you got to make sure you turn them to the off position before you put them back, or it'll be dead next time you need to use it. SK just uses right and left. So a little less confusing and no chance of killing it. But stick it in your toolbox. Ooh, she's fine-toothed too. Oh, I love me a fine-tooth ratchet. I better not swing it around. I'm gonna stick that right in this toolbox because I only got one good ratchet over here. Where are we at? Oh, that was the Thin Mints. These young ladies made them cookies right there. That's why they got the gloves on, and they mixed them up in the wheelbarrow. So that's why they look like they do. And then you smell popcorn. Believe it or not, my kids go through like boxes of this stuff. I think they pretty much live on it. I think it's because it's the only thing they know how to cook, really. I don't know if it's considered cooking, putting it in the microwave and hitting the popcorn button. Oh, let's finish reading before we bust out what I want to look at. I'm appreciative of all of it, but the pin plier things, if they are what I think they are, I'm going to be an LUV love. Let's see. The last tool is for plug wires. Not that we make them up much anymore, but I remember you saying you didn't have a good set. Thanks for everything. Hope the family's doing well. Love always, Jim from VA, which is Virginia. And here, because I do not have a good set, I always got to go borrow my old man's whenever I do this. So he's probably referring to the Aztec video when I fixed a plug wire. I wonder if he must have an SK dealer, I'm wondering. These are dedicated spark plug wire crimping apparatuses. I will definitely keep these around. These are fantastic. And of course, you know, it has it so you can, you know, strip the wire, crimp the ends on, cut it. This is great. This is really great. I appreciate that. I'm gonna set. I gotta set these aside. It makes me want to make my own. I do like my farm haul. I make the spark plugs on that. Not that it needs them very often. They're solid core. Boom. Boom. I've refrained from opening it because I knew if I opened it, it was going straight in my toolbox. Because it looks like a very fantastic tool. Because stupid plastic trim clips, drive me bananas. I kept thinking, like, why can't somebody make a great tool that's adjustable on the end, like our adjustable pry bars? Why can't they just, you know, that old trick right there, make it adjustable? And then I look in here, and if my little eyes are not playing tricks on me, look at this mother lover right here. And who doesn't love their mother? Plastic trim tool. Got a little hook like this. Push button. Oh, mother of pearl, it is adjustable. Look at that. That is so great. And it says for plastic fasteners only. I will make sure that I never break this because that is the greatest freaking thing anybody has ever invented in my life. Because all of your other ones, let's bust one out over here. I only have one over here. I have about 5 or 6 on the other side. This is your standard prying apparatus. All right, for plastic fasteners. You stick it under the plastic trim, and either there's something right here in the way, so you can only move it that far, or you go like this, and it just brings it up out of the hole halfway. And now you're trying to stick a screwdriver under here to get more left. Not anymore, because I'm like, oh, there's something in my way. Let me push this button and move the freaking handle. Boom! Oh, I'm so excited. This is great. Super excited. And there's another tool in here for a different style fasteners. You know, the push button ones. You doink it down and get under. Oh, let me show you. It came with some, he sent some plastic trim clips with it. Oh, these are they even send the style clips that it removes. No, you cannot use it, Anthony. I'm sorry. I'm usually a very giving and generous person, but the answer is no. I want anybody borrow it? I would. I'd let you borrow it. So this is the one plastic style rivet. Goes down in, okay? And you're like, oh, how in the thunder do I get that out? Boom, you get this tool instead of your pocket screwdriver. You stick it in the hole. It relieves the tension. Out she comes, okay? So there's that. There's your standard Christmas tree. You get a wedge under it. Boom, pull it up and out. Adjustable handle. Friggin' awesome. I'd like to hug the engineer who thought of that, because obviously he's awesome. Let me get out the other one. Then there's, of course, this style, the classic. Oh, I'm not going to be able to pop that back out and hold it with my fingers. They have the little notch in them. That's what this part of the tool is for. You get under that. I'm not going to be able to get it. That thing clicked way too hard. Not without sticking it in something. Anyhow, you get the point. There we go. I got it wedged. And there it is. I'm so happy to have this. My life of plastic fastener hate is coming to an end. I'll either be able to get them out quicker or snap them off faster. Something's going to happen, but now I just want to take and throw that thing out in the street. I'm not going to lie. I've got about 6 different varieties of these with different ends, and And it's always the same. If it grips it good, you just don't have the throw with it, and you just want to heat it and bend the freaking handle up so you can actually do something with it. Rant's over. You guys get my point. Anybody that works in this industry that uses these knows. You just know. And they piss you off, and then you end up getting a pair of side cutters, and you know how it is. Am I right? Does anybody agree with me over there in the comment section, or am I just whining? Oh, somebody wants a part number. Oh, it's made by SK. Okay. Oh, everybody's agreeing. Oh, if each of you sends $5, I will show the part number for 15 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. I don't make you pay. I didn't pay a nickel for it. Focus. Let's get her to focus here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the patent number, is it? 6646. Somebody Google that. SK 6646. Let's just do a quick Google here. Let me see. I'm gonna go on to Amazon. Let's see. And I'll give you a link. How's that? Let's see. SK. Oops. Got too much stuff over here. SK 6646. Survey says, oh, there it is. Holy smokes. That can't be right. It says here, let me see here. Let me Google search this little guy. You guys have already, I can't even see what's going on in the chat right now, so everybody's already found it. They are all over the place. So yes, we should be able to find them. This is for the whole kit, 6640. Let me give you that. Let me get you a link. Let me let my link generator thing here pop up. It says only 5 left in stock, more on the way. So it's going to be first come, first serve. Once I get the link, you guys are going to have to go like savage